everyone, this video is going to be a little bit different because I have a plane, but I'm not just going to fly it from a standstill. I'm going to try to ride an electric unicycle behind it and follow it around a motocross track. Should be pretty difficult. We'll see what happens. Let's get started. Okay, there's no real easy spot to start doing this, but at least I have a bit of flat track here to work with before it gets a little more bumpy and jumpy. But this is the UMX Night Vapor plane, and it is pretty basic. You just have 3 ways to control it. Your throttle is on the left, which is just the motor speed, and then on the right you have elevator up and down, which is kind of the pitch of the airplane to go higher or lower, and then right and left on the right stick is your rudder to turn left and right. Sometimes you have to pull back a bit on that while you're turning, just depends on how things go. But this is a pretty basic plane, mainly for beginners, which I guess I am. I haven't done a whole lot of flying, but I think it'd be fun for just about anyone because of its slow flying capabilities, and it's lightweight, small, easy to charge, everything's just easy about it. So there's also an easy mode, which I'm on, but in the wind, it does not like the wind very much. As you can tell, it really got blown away there and it's having a hard time getting back. But there we go, I'm back onto the track and it's going all over the place. I actually flew this earlier and did the video, but the sun was not, it's just not gonna work. Or is it? I'll keep trying, just in case. Might have to cut a little bit of that out, but kept it going, even out in the wind. I was a little worried about this, so I tried to film it earlier, and the sun was not in a great spot, so the video didn't turn out as good as I wanted. Hopefully it's better now, but I'm definitely fighting some wind out in the open, adding to the challenge of riding the electric unicycle on a motocross track and trying not to crash. That, really having to focus on the plane and not so much the track. Doing both is pretty wild. Here's another tough spot because this jump is so steep, but made it through that hard section. Hopefully once we get back into the woods, the wind won't be such a factor and I can get back to it. But I love a good challenge like this. Really takes all your mental focus, and then I'm trying to talk as well, so that adds another aspect to it. Definitely struggling a bit, but so far I've managed to keep it in the air and keep my face off the ground while riding this unicycle. But like I was saying, I think this plane could be fun for just about anyone because of how different it is. I also have a Hobby Zone Aero Scout, and that one's cool, but you need a little more room for that. It can handle more wind. This thing you could fly in the backyard or even indoors, and like I just proved, in a little bit of wind, but it gets pretty tough the windier it gets. The motocross track is also pretty soft, dusty, and loose right now, so that makes it even more challenging to control on the unicycle. Got to step up coming up. Hopefully I don't get too close to the plane, give it some room. Oh, out in the wind, that was a bit squirrely, but once again kept it going. Man, this is gonna be tough to get a full lap with no crashes, but that's the goal. I've done it before. I have been practicing a decent amount, but usually not in the middle of the day like this because the wind picks up and things get challenging. There's a reason they call it the night vapor, because typically it's more calm at night, so you can have a better chance at flying it without getting blown around. It also has some lights on it, so that looks pretty cool at night. I haven't done a whole lot at night actually, but I did enough to know that the lights add some effect. Got a tight section coming up and some branches to deal with, but navigated through there no problem. I could feel the wind picking up in this area, headwind there, blowing me around a bit. Now I have another steep jump to worry about with some limbs. Cleared those, cleared the jump, and I'm up. Wow, this is so much more challenging than it was even earlier today with a little bit of wind. Oh, but I love a good challenge. Oh no, oh no, oh no, failure. Okay, it wasn't a perfect flight, but that just shows how hard it really is, right? You can see that wind blowing me around once again. I actually want to be able to do this on a normal unicycle, and I can do it okay, but definitely need some more practice, and it's also more of a workout, so I figured it'd be harder to talk while I'm doing that. Might have to get some shots eventually though, because that's more my style. This electric thing is pretty sweet, but I like to do it myself as well and make things even more difficult for myself. But this has definitely been hard enough so far. I am getting near the end of the lap, but it wasn't a perfect one, unfortunately. And earlier, believe it or not, I did get a clean lap. But yeah, you throw a little wind in there and things change. So I'm back out in the open, going to have to fight that wind some more. Oh, I'm into the trees. So it's been far from a perfect run now, but hopefully it is entertaining to watch, and hopefully the video comes out pretty clear, because that's actually the only reason I'm doing it again after having a good run, a good flight this morning. And this plane is a good thing to start with, I think, because it's relatively cheap as well. Some people might not think it's cheap for what you get because it is so small and light. This one, I believe, is $140 ready to fly, and while the material cost probably doesn't seem like it should be that much, a lot goes into making something fly and work this well. So I know I couldn't build it, so I don't mind paying someone that knows what they're doing. But that is a lap on the track. Well, it wasn't a perfect run, but that is tough. It's a lot of fun though, so I'm glad I picked up this plane, and hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing something a little bit different. I typically do surface content on this channel, but planes are cool too, so maybe I will do more if I can find interesting ways to film them. This really just makes me want a better electric unicycle to make that part of the challenge easier though. If you want to pick one of these up, you can check out the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.